Hey guys, good afternoon to you. This is David Elam from davidjelam.com, and I've got a cool little thing for you that I'm excited to share. It's actually one of my favorite little exercises if you're just starting out, not just starting out, but if you're just getting into soloing and lead guitar playing and getting to know the fretboard better. This is a great exercise that will help you to dominate the fretboard a lot faster, and it's really cool. So in classical music, in classical instruments, or like if you're playing classical piano or classical guitar, one of the signs that you've begun to dominate or master the instrument is that you're able to ascend and descend like very fluidly. So like on piano, one of the signs of a great piano player is they can go up and down, in just like one smooth motion. And so that's what I want to help you do today on guitar. And it's really going to take your guitar playing to another level and help you see the fretboard differently. A lot of times we get locked into shapes. You know how it is. You've probably learned some pentatonic scales here and there, maybe one or two major scales, but you're sort of locked in to like 3 or 4 frets a lot of times, right? So today we're going to break out of that box, and I'm actually going to take you basically all the way down the fretboard in one smooth motion, okay? This will be cool. Now, if you go to the link that's on this video, you can download this freebie, and it's what I'm about to show you. It's called the G major ascending scale. I like to do a lot of my exercises in the key of G because it's basically the easiest. I think it's the easiest the easiest key to play in on guitar. The cool thing about guitar is once you learn a scale like this, you can transfer it all the way up and down the fretboard without changing your fingerings. And that's one of the super cool things about guitar. So like if you learn one scale, let's say you learn a very simple major scale, you can take that and move it all the way up and down the fretboard without changing your fingering. Alright, but today we're actually going to learn a really big scale, okay? So let me show you how it goes first, and then I'll show you how you can apply it to your guitar playing, okay? So it's in the key of G, so we're going to start here on G on the 6th string. So I'm going to play the 3rd fret here, okay? And we're basically going to go one string at a time. Well, now with this scale, we're actually going to play 4 notes per string. With most of your scales, you're going to play just 3 notes per string. But because this is an ascending scale, we've got to slide one of our fingers to get up and down. So let me actually show you how the scale is going to go so you get a big overview. So we're going to start here, and it's going to go like this. So it makes it pretty easy to go up and down the fretboard, okay? Alright, so let me show you how it goes. So we're going to start here, and again, if you just download the freebie, you can follow along here. I've got tablature and notation, and it also shows you the fingering to use, okay? So that's a really big deal. It bothers me whenever people like post free scales and stuff, but they don't give you the fingerings. Like, nobody ever gives you the fingerings. And I know that fingering is a little bit subjective, and everybody's hands are a little bit different, but for the most part, there really is like a right way and a wrong way to do most of your fingering. So I think it's extremely helpful. So I got the fingering for you right there. Whoa, man. Just go to the link, davidjelam.com/create awesome solos, okay? And you can download this right here because this is going to help you create awesome solos. Okay, and I'll show you how. So anyways, start here, 3rd fret, 6th string, and then with our first finger, we're going to slide up to the 5th fret, 6th string, and then we're going to go 7th fret with the 3rd finger, and the 8th fret with the 4th finger. So again, that's boom, slide up to the 5th fret, and then 7th fret, 8th fret. Okay? Then we're going to go to the next string, and same fingering. We're going to go 1st finger, 5th fret, and slide your 1st finger up, 7th fret, 9th fret, 10th fret. Okay? So those two strings together are going to be 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Trying to get it to where you can see it there. And then the next string, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 10th fret. Okay? And you'll notice in my right hand, I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, it's really important to use alternate picking with your scales and exercises like this, so that you can get much faster and be more fluid in your guitar playing, and it's much more efficient, so it'll help you to play, like I said, faster and everything. Alright, so there we are, 10th fret. Then we're going to go to the D string or the 4th string and play the 7th fret. Alright, and then 9th fret, 10th, and 12th. Okay, so again, that's 7, 9, 10, 12. Alright, then we're going to jump to the 3rd string, the G string. Start on the 9th fret, 11, 12, 14. Okay, so 9, 11, 12, 14. And then we're going to go to the 2nd string, 12th fret. Again, slide up with our 1st finger. 13th fret, 15th fret, 17th. Okay, 17. So we're almost there. So again, that's 12, 13, 15, 17. Alright. And then, 1st string, 14th fret. Again, slide up with your 1st finger. And then 17. And finally, we're going to end on 19. Okay? So we went all the way from here to here. Okay? So we're actually spanning 1, 2, 3, there's 4 octaves of G, and then we actually end on a B, which is the 3rd scale degree. So, so here it is again. Okay, so you want to start practicing that slowly, and you want to make it a really, really fluid motion. You notice that I went from one note to the next just in like one motion. You don't hear like stops and breaks and pauses. So that's what you want to do, is you want to try to get your guitar playing, especially in your scales and stuff, get really fluid, so that you, even as you skip strings or go to the next string, you don't like hear a difference in the sound. Okay, and then back down. Okay, so what you need to do first is just, we'll download the freebie, because I know it's going to be hard to like pick up on every little thing I'm doing here. But download the freebie and begin to memorize the scale. I suggest memorizing 1 or 2 strings at a time. So memorize them in sets. Okay, break it up, and you actually learn it faster that way. Okay, so You got to break things up into chunks to be nice to your brain. So do that first, get to know the scale, and then you can refer back to this video if you need to in the future. But what you want to do after you've got the scale memorized is just begin moving up and down the scale and creating solos and melodies using the scale, okay? And one great thing that you can do is find some songs that are in the key of G, some tracks, some MP3s that you can actually listen to, or if you have a looper, you could record yourself playing guitar in the key of G and then just loop it back and practice improvising on top of it using the scale. That's the best way to learn, is just using these scales. Even if it's ugly, it's a little messy at first, don't worry about it. Have fun. Like when I was first learning to play guitar, I would sit in my room for literally 5, 6, 7 hours, whatever. Especially on Saturdays, that was my favorite day because I would just play guitar all day long. And I would put in a CD, because we listened to CDs back then. It's like so weird that CDs are like kind of out of date almost. But I would put in a CD, and CD is about an hour long, and so I would just like play from the beginning to the end, and then I might repeat songs that I really liked and whatever, and practice improvising using all the different scales. And so I'd practice my scales and creating melodies using those scales. And it was awesome. It was so cool because it's such a rewarding way to practice because you're making music. And you've got to learn how to make music. It doesn't matter how well you can play scales and how well you can do all these things. You've got to learn to play music. So play along to other people's music, or create your own if you have the ability. But practice, creating melodies and making it tasteful, and just your fingerings and your scales. And if you play wrong notes, then it's not a big deal. You're not, it's just you and the guitar and some music. And pretend like you're in the band, okay? And make up your own guitar parts and stuff. That's how you're going to really get to know your scales, and it's super, super fun, okay? So I want you guys to practice that way. If you've never done that before, you've got to start now. It's the only way to really, really get better at not just knowing, having good technique and stuff, but really knowing how to make music, okay? So yeah, that's what I suggest, all right? So the way that you can use this is like, so let's say you are trying to improvise, okay? So I could start, I could start with just doing like 2 strings at a time. So maybe I'll do the E and the A string first. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so I could just try creating some melodies just using these 2 strings. Cool? And I'm just trying to visualize the scale as I play the melody. Okay, there's my scale. And then I can go up to the next couple of strings, so that it goes like this. And then I could do the next set. So it's So that's how you can use it. You can see I was just using a lot of the shapes from the scale there. So just practice improvising, just doing some really simple things. But always lead with your first finger as you go up the string. So notice I went boom, boom. So you see it's always my first finger making the slide. And the reason for that is to keep your fingering consistent so that you don't get confused as you go up and down, okay? Because you want to practice going up and down the scale. So what I showed you is kind of in 3 stages that you want to actually learn this and practice it. So first, just memorize the scale, maybe in like 2 strings at a time. Memorize the scale and the fingerings, and then practice going up the scale and down the scale. Okay. So practice up and down, so they're both equally important. Make sure you use an alternate picking in your right hand. Alright? And then just try finding some songs in the key of G and improvising to them and finding out just getting used to using the scale and trying to, keep your fingerings true to the scale for the most part and practice going up and down, So a lot of you probably haven't, you normally wouldn't be able to ascend like that or descend, cover a large part of the fretboard with, just a small chunk of time. You might have trouble jumping. So this is going to help you with that because it shows you how to get from one position to the next. So it moves you along the whole fretboard. Okay, so again, starting here and ending all the way up here. Cool? So let me just play it for you one more time, and then we'll be done. Cool. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's little mini lesson. It'll really help you a ton if you're just trying to master the fretboard. It'll really help you a lot. And remember, you can use this scale and move it up and down. So here we are in the key of G. If I moved it up 2 frets, I'd be in A, and I'd just use the same fingering. Or I could go down to F. Oh, sorry. Cool. So, just have fun. Go have fun. Okay, don't forget to download your copy of the scale, so it'll be this PDF right here. You can download it on your phone or print it out for yourself to actually use. And again, it's got all the fingerings there. It's every note. I haven't hidden anything from you. It's all right there. Okay, so I want you guys to feel like you're getting a good value. So, what's up, everybody? I guess everybody's just now getting on as I'm getting off. We'll go back and watch the video, because I don't want to just sit here and bore you guys. So go watch the video, and we'll see you next week at 5 o'clock. I'm super excited because I'm working on a little mini course for you guys to actually jumpstart your lead guitar playing and your knowledge of the fretboard. So that's going to be coming soon. If you would, do me a huge, huge favor. and leave a comment on this video and let me know what is your number one challenge in like mastering the fretboard. What's the number one thing that bugs you or confuses you or that you have a hard time with when it comes to mastering the fretboard? So in other words, playing solos, playing melodies. What's your number one question? Okay, please leave me a comment below because I will be reading them so that I can help better serve you guys in this mini course I'm going to be making available to you for absolutely free. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited for that. Hopefully it'll be ready by next week. I will let you know as soon as it is. Don't you worry. So but leave me a comment so that I can help you guys out the best way possible. I want to know what you guys are like struggling with in your head and what's really difficult for you on guitar. So so leave me a comment and then share this with your friends so that they can leave a comment too, and you guys can we can all work together to try to make the best little course possible for you guys to really jumpstart your lead guitar playing and your solo work and your knowledge of the fretboard. So it's gonna be super cool, super fun. So please do that favor for me. Just leave me a comment and share this with your friends as well, so that they can leave a comment. So anyway, hope you guys have a great week. God bless you guys. Have fun. If you're playing at church this Sunday, do awesome and worship the Lord with all your heart and have a great time in the Lord's presence. That's the best. Okay. So there's no greater place to play guitar than in God's presence. It's the best. So love you guys. You guys are awesome. Have a great week, and we will see you soon. Thanks. Have a good one.